so I said this was wrong. They were portraying homosexual behavior as something positive, and they were leaving out the statistical evidence, the HIV, the suicide, the dysfunction that's part of the gay lifestyle. I brought statistical information and flyers to the public forum in order to debate this issue. I was fined $17,500 by the Human Rights Commission for doing this. They told me I was hateful, even though I said this is good for homosexuals too. They said that my motives and the fact that I had statistical evidence to back up my arguments was of no relevance because I was promoting hate, and therefore truthful statements can be outlawed, which is the law of the land in this country. And of course, by hate, I think the more hateful ones are the left. When they try to take my career, that's hateful. I never tried to take their career. So how in the heck do we even define hate? But anyways, they had the power. I went to the Supreme Court on that, and unfortunately, that ruling was reaffirmed. So we don't actually have free speech in this country. Now, many people would give up after the Supreme Court. I believe that Supreme Courts are but one institution. They're flawed. They're human. We don't have to submit to them. So the day that the ruling came out was the day I put out more flyers, titled it Sodomites in the Supreme Court of Canada. I put the Chief Justice on the bum of a homosexual because she believes in gay pride and believes in all this stuff, and put them out in defiance of my court order. Quite amazingly, I wasn't prosecuted for that. I even set up a workshop in McLachlan's. She's the Chief Justice. She was also the one that I had on the bum of a homosexual. She actually had a conference in Saskatoon to talk about the need for more legal aid, and I invited myself to her conference and set up my conference on the opposite side of the room on homofascism in the Supreme Court of Canada. My conference lasted 45 seconds. I was dragged out by security. Quite amazingly, I had almost as many lawyers out on the sidewalk with me, arguing with me, as she had in her conference, so it worked out quite well. Now, the last thing that's ongoing now is I still have this habit of inviting myself to universities. This lady here is one of my classmates. She knows how security was chasing me around at MacEwan University when I was expressing politically incorrect, but what I think was morally and factually correct viewpoints in the school there. She can talk about how there was a little too perimeter view, buffer zone around me where no one would sit except her. She would sit beside me. She was a free thinker. The other students wouldn't dare. Anyways, because that is the state of our universities, that's my next fight. I don't know that I can do anything in the national arena, but I've been going to universities and continuing to talk about the things that I believe are true, continuing to bring the Judeo-Christian viewpoint to the public square. And I guess it was in April, I was arrested with an American by the name of Peter LaBarbera, charged with mischief for standing on a public sidewalk at the university, handing out literature on the humanity of the unborn and how Christ is for homosexuals and that they can change. Whether you agree with me or not, the university decided that was illegal speech, and they had the police come and take us off in handcuffs. So the judgment for that will be on the 22nd. We had our trial, and hopefully we can at least get a measure of speech protected in our universities. So as you can see, I started out as a rebel, but I think I was a rebel for Satan. And then with God's grace, I kind of became a bit of a rebel for good. And I'm very grateful with what I've done with the last 25 years of my life by the grace of God. And that's it.